Hello, everyone. Welcome to this commentary of Inter Milan against Liverpool in the Champions League tonight. It is an opportunity for Liverpool to really make a statement. Beating Inter would certainly be that statement. For Inter Milan, of course, it's an opportunity against an English side to showcase their credentials in Europe as well. Even if it is against a side struggling at the moment in Liverpool, they still have tremendous quality, Liverpool, and we know that, of course. Team news is on below. As you can see, it's popping up. And looking at the Liverpool side, of course, no Salah, not travelled to Italy with the Liverpool squad following his interview midweek. And it looks like he will remain out of the squad for the time being. And you have to say, looking at the Liverpool team, in terms of their squad, on paper, it's still a good team. And yes, we've got players who maybe aren't performing. Konate, Van Dijk, just to name a couple, of course. But Alisson in goal for them, Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, and it is Robertson at the back. So a return to the squad for Andy Robertson in place of Kirkes. I did watch that game against Leeds as well, and I thought the job was done, but they did let Leeds back in. So they'll have to be a lot better defensively tonight, Liverpool. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and McAllister in the midfield. Szoboszlai has been the standout player for Liverpool. I don't think anyone will deny that. He has been by far and away their best player this season. Curtis Jones, Ekitike and Isak. I'm not sure if they'll be playing that 4-3-3 in the typical Liverpool standards, or if they'll go to like a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and have Ekitike and Isak play up front alongside each other. Time will tell. But I've got the game on alongside me. I will be going ahead and commentating at the same time. Any questions, leave me a chat and I will do my best to follow them in chat as possible. But tonight, the main focus is on the commentary, making sure that I'm keeping you up to date with all the action as it unfolds in Italy. Inter Milan, there is a few players actually in their squad that Liverpool do need to watch out for. However, I was quite surprised to see Mkhitaryan. I didn't realise that he was still playing, of course, once of my club, Arsenal. So interesting to see him still playing. DeMarco, very good talent. Thuram is a handful up front as well. So Inter will cause problems for Liverpool. And they'll have to be solid defensively and showcase a lot better than we saw against Leeds. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you all so much for taking the time to tune in and hang out with me. Ready for this evening of what should be a good, entertaining football game. Last night, I was entertained. I was watching United against Wolves. I made a little video earlier on talking about my thoughts from that game. And let's just say Wolves were not great. Hello to William. I should play for Inter Miami as FC26 as Messi's getting older. I will try and avoid talking as much about my player when the game starts. So any questions, leave them now and I'll try and get around to making sure that I do answer those. Do I support Manchester United or Liverpool? I don't support any of them. I support Arsenal. So yeah, you can't wait for the commentary. This is always what I thought we'd do. It's on my plans. I've got some things coming up that I want to change some things and also try and get into more commentary if and when possible. A 3-5-2 from Inter with Thuram and Lautaro Martinez up front. The captain as well, Lautaro Martinez. And if we take a look at the Liverpool formation as it pops up, as I say, I don't know if it's going to be a 4-1-2-1-2 from Arne Slot or if we will just see the 4-3-3 that Liverpool usually play as they're going through the coin toss now. So I'll get to that in just a moment. My score prediction, I'm going to say 3-2 Liverpool. I think there'll be goals tonight. And Liverpool need a response. They need a statement win. What do I think of Victor Gyökeres? He'll come good. I'm not worried about Victor Gyökeres. So, on paper, it's looking like it is a 4-3-3 with Jones and Ekitike out on the wing and Alexander Isak leading the Liverpool attack. So, Jones is starting at right wing tonight for Liverpool. And I'd be interested to see the reaction of Isak because he was brought in for a lot of money. We know the Salah situation. Wirtz is on the bench. Another player brought in for a lot of money as well. I mean, should Wirtz have started tonight? That'll be a question that people ask if it doesn't go to plan for Liverpool. Van Dijk is leading the talk here with the rest of the team, rallying the troops. Hey, Benedict, how are we? Hopefully you're very well. If you do me a favour, leave a like on the stream. That would be much appreciated. As I said, thank you for taking the time to tune in. I appreciate you all. And the game is about to get underway. Liverpool will kick off proceedings. Let me know as well if the sound is all okay. I think it is. I think I managed to set everything up all right. 3-1 Inter is your prediction. So you're watching your game, but you have me on too. Appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Van Dijk goes long with the early ball as it's sent towards Inter's half. Inter kicking from left to right in their usual blue and black kit. Liverpool in their red. And as I say, Thuram will be one of the players that Liverpool will have to deal with tonight because Martinez will feed off him very, very well and look to get on to the hold-up play that Thuram will do, and then the ball's off of Thuram. And there's a high press already from Liverpool. Curtis Jones leading that press. And Inter concede possession. So already, sloppy pass from Inter Milan. Liverpool need to get on the ball and just control it for a bit. They just need to build their confidence here. Salah situation low-key sad. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Nice ball down the line here. Szoboszlai on the right-hand side. We're a minute in. He's met all the way by Mkhitaryan. Goes back here for Joe Gomez. Inside for Ryan Gravenberch. Gravenberch then switches out to the left for Andy Robertson. Again, like I mentioned, Liverpool are just keeping the ball, building a bit of momentum at the moment. You're a Man United fan, you just hate watching. I mean, Man United did well to that last night. I said it was a good victory for them. I know there were moments where they didn't necessarily control the game as much as they should have done. Do I think Slot will get the sack? I can't see it. I think to win a league title and then get sacked the next season, unless something disastrous happens, I still think Liverpool will get into the Champions League. So I think they'll stick with him this season unless something drastic happens. That's a lovely let's go from McAllister. Lets the ball run here for Ekitike on the left-hand side, approaching the Inter Milan penalty area. Back with the challenge. 2 Inter Milan players are on him. He's forced back out here to Andy Robertson. It's a lovely little dummy from McAllister, though, to let the ball run to Ekitike. And this is a good spell of possession here for Liverpool. Curtis Jones. Now he is. That's a nice ball through. Is Isak onside here? Isak is onside. It's a terrible cross from him, though. And the offside flag stays down as well. Terrible cross from Alexander Isak into the box there. He got in down the right. It was Curtis Jones with the ball. Should have done far better with the ball back in. Now, it is a 4-3-3. But Jones is dropping really deep here. And Gomez is sort of pushed up from right back into that sort of right wing position. So although on paper Jones was actually starting right wing, he's now occupying CDM. So I'm not really sure. So Szoboszlai manages to get the flick onto Isak. Gomez is over on the right. Ball goes in early, looking for Ekitike. Out comes Sommer, claims it with ease, dives on the ball. And it is back with Inter, who themselves probably need to get on the ball and have a little period of possession because it's been all Liverpool in the opening 3 minutes. Yeah, elite baller. I don't think he should get sacked. I think you look at that situation that Liverpool are in, and as much as, you know, we can't know for sure everything that's happened, the sad thing with Jota at the start of the season certainly wouldn't have helped. And then they've kind of gone into this season and just never really found their rhythm yet. So they just need to find their rhythm. And when they do, I think they'll be all good. Here is the first touch for Lautaro Martinez on the right-hand side. In fact, it's not even Lautaro Martinez. That's Luis Enrique. I apologise. Martinez is central. As Thuram's dropping in now to midfield to receive it. They've got to get Martinez on the ball as much as possible, Inter. He's occupying a position between Van Dijk and Konate, but leaning on towards Konate more than he is Van Dijk, which suggests he wants to put Konate under a bit of pressure. And we have seen recently Konate crumbling under the pressure. And it's Inter who are building over on the left-hand side. Nice, calm, patient build-up. But Liverpool with bodies behind them. And in the way of Inter Milan and the goal at the moment. Excuse me, I apologise. And I think one of the things for Arne Slot as well that is going to kind of work in his favour is the fact that the Salah situation, I don't think anybody will disagree with Salah being dropped. He's not putting up the same numbers he was last season. And so I don't think anybody else would have done it differently than Slot has done in dropping him. And the way Salah's gone about it, the timing of his interview, I think will actually help Slot in the essence of nobody kind of will side with Salah in that particular moment. I understand his frustration wanting to play, but it wasn't the time to do it in when he did it. So I think that situation will only strengthen Slot's position, and how he deals with it is obviously a really crucial point. If he deals with it well, that strengthens him further. And then he's then got to deliver the results as well on top of that. That's the other thing, right? But I think that Salah situation, Slot dealing with it the way he has so far, he's done well. And we'll see what happens regarding Salah. Inter forced back into their own half at the moment by Liverpool, which is good for them because that allows them to now push a bit further forward. They were being pressed in deep. It's a touch here for Lautaro Martinez, surrounded by 3 Liverpool players. Spreads it out over to the left-hand side. And now it is with Barella, who's striding into the space given to him, but Liverpool quickly closing that space back down again. We've gone from Liverpool having the ball to Inter having the ball, but neither side really being that adventurous yet with it. Both just keeping hold. Thuram trying a bit of trickery, loses out though to Joe Gomez. Back to his goalkeeper and sent long. And that'll frustrate Liverpool because they work hard to win it back and then concede possession straight away. I will apologise. I'm about to open a drink, so I apologise if you hear the noise. Kanji into Luis Enrique. And what I don't want from this game is it to be a game where both sides end up nullifying one another out and it just being a boring 0-0 draw. Because that wouldn't be fun at all to watch. Christian Kivu, the Inter Milan manager. I remember signing him on LMA manager back in 2004, I think it was. He was an outstanding defender. Long throw from Liverpool. Gomez to Isak. He was in this position before and he didn't do much with the ball. 2 players on him, gets a free kick. That's solid centre-forward play from Alexander Isak. He's got himself and his team a free kick on the edge of Inter Milan's penalty area towards the right. Not really in a shooting position, but certainly a position that they can look to send something into the box and cause into some problems. So good play there from Isak. Far better than what he did previously when he was putting down that right-hand side. We know the delivery that Szoboszlai possesses. And they do have a few tall, big players in there, Liverpool. Let's see if they can make something of this. Jones occupying on the edge of the penalty area. Could be a short pass option, but instead I think Szoboszlai will just deliver. He does at pace. Doesn't beat the first man, though. Frustrating for Liverpool. Comes out here to Gravenberch. Deep, though, towards the halfway line now, so there's no real shooting chance for him. Liverpool forced all the way back to Alisson. And that ends off what was a promising opportunity. But, crucially, Liverpool keep the ball. And that's what they need to do. When you look at this, and you're looking at the Liverpool formation, Szoboszlai is now playing central midfield. Gravenberch has dropped all the way in between Van Dijk and Konate. And then ahead of Szoboszlai is like McAllister and Curtis Jones, who are almost playing central attack of midfield. I cannot tell when Liverpool are on this ball what sort of formation they're looking to play. A long ball forward from Van Dijk will seek out Gomez. His touch lets him down, but he still recovers it, actually. DeMarco, I thought, would get there, and he didn't. Back here to Jones. Szoboszlai central. Jones on the right. Into McAllister. Into Isak. Isak for Gomez. Ball goes in. Straight to the goalkeeper. Apologies, I'm struggling a little bit with my voice at the moment. Yeah, poor ball from Gomez. Really poor. Where am I watching from? What do you mean? Like, what am I watching it on? Or like, if you mean like whereabouts? I'm in my office at the moment, but I do have obviously a TV in my office. So, yeah. I don't think either side really have shown much in the first 9 minutes. Ekatike, lovely skill to chip it over, but then loses out anyway. Neither side have shown much at all in the way of attacking quality. Liverpool, you could say, have been more proactive of the two inside the first 10 minutes, but Inter, nothing really for them to worry about. The balls into the box have easily been dealt with. Amazon Prime, it's on at the moment, and that's what I'm watching on currently. The thing is, with this now, if Inter were to score so early on, Liverpool's game plan wouldn't change. But the Italian teams are renowned for being solid defensively. So it's almost like I feel Liverpool need the first goal. I do think both teams will score tonight, but I think Liverpool need that goal first. Because if Inter get it, they will sit and they will defend, and they'll do it as best they can. They're forced into an early change here, it looks like, though. Zieliński is coming on. I'm not sure who the player is who's struggling. It's Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu's struggling, and Zieliński looks like he's about to replace him. That could be the end of the night for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And it is the end of his night. So, Hakan Çalhanoğlu will be coming off, and Zieliński is on in midfield for Inter Milan. An early change that I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted to make at this stage, but they are forced into it. Leave me your comments, though, and I'll try to do my best to answer them in the time that I've got between anything going on, because right now we've got a break in play with nothing really happening. I don't even know what happened to Çalhanoğlu, whether or not it's just he's pulled up with something or there was a tackle. I don't think there was. I think it literally is just a case he's pulled something when he was moving. And so, yeah, he's had to go off, unfortunately, for Inter. Gomez with a throw, gets play back underway. The flick on from Isak, straight to an Inter Milan player who are now controlling possession. Yeah, not ideal for Inter at all. They're forced into a change, but I mean, Zieliński is a top player, and he'll offer something slightly different to Çalhanoğlu. DeMarco's gone down here for a challenge. Nothing more than a free kick. It's not a yellow card. Gomez, yes, he's stamped on him and he is late, but it's not a yellow card. So, right decision from the referee. There is a goal alert popping up. Atletico Madrid are taking on PSV, and PSV are taking the lead against Atletico. It's a 1-0. Yeah, if they cancel each other out for 90 minutes, this is going to be quite boring. Robertson's got to get there. That's a challenge from Lautaro Martinez, which will be the first yellow card of the game. And actually, in full speed, he did look quite high. Van Dijk's asking the question, could we see a VAR check here for a possible red card? The ball's played forward. Thuram lets it run. It goes through the legs of Gravenberch. Martinez goes sliding in. He's getting nowhere near the ball. I think VAR will look at it, but I think the yellow is the right decision. I don't think he's out of control, but Lautaro Martinez is booked. It's not a good challenge from the Inter Milan captain. Robertson's still down here and needing attention, and that'll give VAR an opportunity to have a little look at this. Like I say, he does look like he goes flying in, but is he high enough and out of control enough for this to be a red? Van Dijk is still having a conversation with the referee here about this. We're seeing another replay of it. No. Yellow card. He's not studs. It's not his studs that have gone into him. It's his shin to shin. Yes, he's gone into the tackle quite strongly, but he's not high and there's no studs. It's a yellow card. If that gets given as a red, then I will be ridiculously shocked. Should not be a red card. Robertson's still down. I mean, all this does is add more time on at the end of the first half. And I don't think actually it was that bad a challenge when you see it in the replay. And that's allowing Inter Milan to have some discussions about how they want to approach this now. Liverpool will be the happier of the two sides after the first 15 minutes. They've certainly had the better of the attacking moments, and Inter haven't really clicked yet when the ball's gone forwards. Hey LTD, how are we? Play gets back underway, and so the yellow card will stand for Lautaro Martinez. I'm not a Liverpool fan, I am an Arsenal fan, but I am fortunate here to be able to watch the Liverpool game, and so I thought I'd come on and do a commentary of it, because why not? If I'm watching along anyway. And commentary, of course, is something that I want to get more into, so it's an opportunity for me to do that. Inter have had more of the ball. Liverpool have been more effective with it. And they continue to dominate possession. 61% to 39% in favour of Inter Milan. But it's the areas in which they're having it that hasn't really been an issue for Liverpool. It's fine Inter having the ball where they're having it. They're knocking it around their back four and occasionally playing into the front two or the midfield. But most of it has been around the halfway line. And Liverpool won't care about that. Press put on here by Jones. Forces... Actually, they get the throw. Well played, Barella. I did. Did it finish 3-1 Bayern against Sporting, I think it was? I was at work, actually, so I literally got home, had my tea, and then started the stream. So I caught the back end of like the Bayern game, and I think it finished 3-1, right? Lennart Karl scored. Was it Jonathan Tah? And I can't remember who the other goal was for Bayern. Bastoni into DeMarco on the left-hand side. Forward the ball goes. Canate with defending to do here against Lautaro Martinez. And he does it well. And that'll be an area Liverpool fans will be holding their breath whenever they see Canate in a 1v1 duel, knowing that he's had a couple of mistakes in him recently, but he's done well there against Lautaro Martinez. Alisson trying the ball forwards into Isak. It's cut out back to Sommer here now for Inter. And he is forced to play it straight into touch. So Liverpool have a throw halfway between the halfway line and the Inter Milan penalty area. I mean, I thought Bayern Munich, when Musiala obviously picked up the injury, they would struggle and they would be able, or wouldn't be able rather, to have the same kind of fluidity without him. But then you look at Elise, he's done very well since going there. And then Lennart Karl has stepped in and done wonderfully for Bayern. Really, really well. Canate's on the ball in his own penalty area. Finding Curtis Jones. Controlled, turn back inside. Sports commentary, you are an absolute legend. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. Much love. Thank you very much. Here is Jones. Into Isak. Lovely turn. Good challenge, Bastoni. Had to get that right, Bastoni. Brilliant feet, Curtis Jones. Edge of the area. Shot comes through. Sommer down to his right. Destined for the bottom corner. That's certainly the best chance of the game so far. Curtis Jones, dancing feet on the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed shot, looking for the bottom corner. Jan Sommer replies with the save. Liverpool, that's what they need now. Get some momentum building. Lovely stuff by Curtis Jones. Been very impressed with him, actually, since he's come back into the Liverpool team. Gravenberch shot from distance. Sommer again is there. This one more routine of a save, but once again palmed out into an area. Inter having to withstand a bit of pressure, but they play out of that beautifully. And now Thuram has lost out, though, to Gravenberch. Really poor from Thuram. Has to hold it better. That's a delightful turn from Curtis Jones. Approaching the penalty area. Into Ekitike. Left-hand side of the box. Cross goes deep, looking for Isak all the way through. And DeMarco picks it up on the left-hand side for Inter. That was brilliant play from Curtis Jones. Like I say, really, really impressed with him since he's come back into the team. Outstanding couple of games he's had. And he looks lively tonight as well. They do. Liverpool are looking more likely at the moment. I did say I felt Liverpool had to get the goal first because Inter getting it first would mean they defend and sit behind the ball. So Bosley. And now Curtis Jones. Liverpool back on it. Chance to build some momentum. Did Canate start to play well again because Madrid ended the negotiation? I wasn't even aware Madrid were in for him. Did you see the Madrid game at the weekend? Was it the weekend or last night? I don't know. Where they received a red card. Was it Carreras, the left back? Got 2 yellow cards in quick succession, I think, for dissent. And then ended up getting a red. They went down to 9 men, Real Madrid. Crazy stuff. 20 minutes gone here in Italy. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. The best chance of the game coming through Curtis Jones. Quick feet on the edge of the Inter Milan penalty area. Fired a shot in, destined for the bottom left corner. But Jan Sommer got down well and made the save. After that, Gravenberch forcing a routine save from him. This ball's gone forward here. Katike looking to lay it off towards the Bosley. And it is behind by a Cherby Liverpool corner. Yeah, it was disastrous. Yeah, you could say that again. They've got so many injuries and suspensions. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Xabi Alonso under a bit of pressure as well as the Real Madrid manager? Just showing the replay here of the two moments. The first one from Jones, the far better of the two saves from Sommer. And then the effort from Gravenberch just afterwards. Still had to make a decent save on it. They've got 7 or 8 players unavailable. Wow. Is that first team players as well? It's like Arsenal levels normally. 3 players are booked with red cards. Ridiculous. Szoboszlai corner. In it goes. Off and into heads. It'll be another Liverpool corner. This time from the opposite side. This is a great period of pressure here for Liverpool as well. And they need to make this count. If they do, they'll be able to get that confidence building. Szoboszlai heading over to take this again. And I'll take this time to have a little drink. If you haven't already and you want to help me out, leave a like. Again, thank you very much, Sports Commentary. I really appreciate you for that donation. You didn't have to, but you are a legend. Szoboszlai is over, ready to take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Liverpool players in the box. That's a great number of players to send in there. Can he get the delivery right? Whipped in. Didn't beat the first man again, though. It's out here for Gravenberch, edge of the penalty area. Now Curtis Jones. Inter still penned into their penalty area. Ball in from Robertson. Too close to Jan Sommer. And he claims it and calms it down. Doesn't release the ball quick. That's disappointing from Liverpool. Szoboszlai now has had 2 sort of crosses from that right-hand side. One from a free kick, the second one from that corner, and he's failed to beat the first man. Needs to get those right. Yeah, that 100% right. Inter scoring first, they'll park the plane. I think Inter have won all their games apart from the game last time against Atletico, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Szoboszlai nearly intercepts centrally. Gomez, that's poor. Ball forward from Inter, just past the halfway line, escapes narrowly the clutches of Szoboszlai, falls straight to Gomez. He tries to play first time forward into Isak and gets it wrong, straight out of play. Back with Inter. Have to be better on the ball there, Gomez. Most of Madrid's injuries are from their defence. They need to go to the youth academy, get some players in. That's a nice header forward from Luis Enrique. Mkhitaryan back the way of Luis Enrique. Inter coming forward now. Into Bastoni, who stepped into midfield to play it out to the left-hand side. Barella takes over. Forward it goes, looking for the run of Martinez. Strength from Gravenberch as Martinez tried to outmuscle him. Ball forward here into Isak. He doesn't hold on to it, though. Good challenge from Inter. Isak's gone down. Wants a foul, not getting it. Bastoni into Lautaro Martinez. Left-hand side of Liverpool's penalty area. Back in. Offside flag's gone up. It does not matter. SHKA. How do I say your name? Well, thank you anyway for taking the time to watch the stream. I appreciate it. Barcelona losing. I haven't actually checked the other scores. Let me have a quick look at this and see what we are working with. Sports. Scores. There we go. Frankfurt 1, Barcelona 0. Middlesbrough in front against Charlton. I want Middlesbrough back in the Prem. I said it the other day, the 3 teams I would love to see in the Prem, Millwall, Middlesbrough, Coventry. For me, they're the 3 unexpected sides to kind of go up from the Championship, but that's the way it's falling, and I'd love to see the 3 of them. Even Preston, actually, I won't mind seeing. Curtis Jones being penalised here for an elbow, I think. There's not much in that at all, at least on first sight. He's using his body there to protect it. Yes, he does put his arm back, but it's not a swinging motion. He's put his arm out to just try and protect the ball. There's no swinging motion or anything like that. Harsh one, I think. Southampton 3-0 against West Brom. At the moment, PSV, Atletico still only 1-0. Yeah, Frankfurt 1, Barcelona 0. Interesting. Let's see what happens with Barca, actually, because the way they're going, they did lose to Chelsea in the previous fixture. They lost to Frankfurt. Would make things very interesting. Yeah, Coventry. I want Coventry, Middlesbrough, and one of Millwall or Preston, I think. I'd love to see them in the Prem. Just 3 sides that we've not seen for some time, and Middlesbrough, I think, are the most recent of those three to have been in the Premier League. Or four that I named there. Chelsea 0-0 with Atalanta. Yeah, no goal there yet. Still goalless here as well in Italy. Again, just to recap, Liverpool, 2 shots. Both of them good saves by Sommer. The best moments of the game. Inter Milan have shown little going forwards. They're trying to soak up the Liverpool pressure and look for counter-attack opportunities, which have not yet come to fruition. And there's been times where Liverpool have had the ball and they just need that bit more quality. Curtis Jones has provided it. Again, it's another loose pass. This time it's Canate into the strikers. Loose. Now he's got defending to do here as the ball's gone through. That's twice tonight he's been tested in a 1v1 duel and he's won it. So fair play, Canate. But Inter still with possession. I'm still keeping track as well on the other games that I've got because I'm trying to make sure that I'm watching the scores. Mkhitaryan forwards into Lautaro Martinez. Good feet away from Canate. Martinez. Thuram looked to return it. I think Thuram should have gone himself. Inter, real good opportunity. Martinez does very well. Gets the ball into Thuram, who tries to lay it back off towards him. It's still not done yet. Pressure still on Liverpool. But I think Thuram should have gone for goal himself. Mkhitaryan. Martinez. DeMarco. Cross goes in. Robertson has to get there. Does. Away. And a high foot call has come here. Barella on McAllister. That was dangerous for Liverpool. I think Thuram picks the wrong option. I think he should control it and then look to finish. I also don't think Barella's actually... It's a high foot from Barella. He sort of pulls out of it and McAllister goes down, preempting the high foot. We're seeing it again here. And like I mentioned, I think Thuram should shoot. He knows it as well. His reaction says it all. He tried to play a quick one too and let Martinez get through, but he's the one who should have had the effort. Hey, McGee. Thank you for tuning in. Chelsea 1, Atalanta 0. João Pedro with the goal after 25 minutes. Chelsea in front. Isak, control lets him down. Ball given back away. But then, mistake by Akanji. Yeah, I did try and put a timer. I couldn't get one working. So, I'll have to figure that out. But it is on my to-do list. So, I apologise. We are 27 minutes in. At least I am in the bit that I'm watching. So, apologies for that. But I'll try and update you as much as I possibly can. The main talking points of the first half so far were the 2 chances for Liverpool and Çalhanoğlu forced off through injury for Inter Milan, with Zielinski coming on to replace him. Who would you say Liverpool's best player has been so far? I think you have to say Curtis Jones. He's been involved for most things that have been positive for Liverpool. And not for the first time. Really stepped up since coming into this side. Kanate's ball forwards, searching for the run of Ekitike. The offside flag stayed down here. Chance for Ekitike, 1v1 against Acerbi. Ekitike goes round him, forces Sommer into a save, and the offside flag's still down. Real opportunity for Ekitike in Liverpool. I'm not sure he's going for goal there. I think he's actually trying to put the ball back into an area, looking for Alexander Isak. Acerbi goes with him, right-hand side of the Inter penalty area. Isak is waiting centrally, but Ekitike makes it look so simple. Goes round Acerbi, and then he is just trying to put the ball back in. But he gets too close to Sommer, who in the end concedes the corner. And the last two things that have come from this side, from Liverpool, from Dominic Szoboszlai, have been poor balls, not beating the first man. Are we about to see another Inter Milan change? Acerbi at the moment is looking like he now might have to come off. He stretches to try and stop Ekitike, but he doesn't get anywhere near him. And I think he might have pulled something in the process. It looks like Inter are going to be forced into another change. Acerbi's gone down here. Far from what Christian Kivu would have wanted. Çalhanoğlu off through injury. Now Acerbi down as well. Do I feel sorry for Salah, or is Arne doing the right thing? At the moment, I think Arne Slot's doing the right thing. I share the frustration of Salah that he's not playing, given that you want your star players to want to play, and we wouldn't want... The thing is, he's just signed a new contract, so the plus point here is Salah wanting to play is a good thing. The way he's gone about it, though, I think is strange. I don't think the decision at the time was the right thing to do. And I think Arne Slot taking the decision to not take him to Italy was the right thing to do. Get him out of the limelight for a little bit. Let him think about that situation. And I think unless something drastic happens where the media start to disagree with what Arne Slot's done, or the players start to disagree with what Arne Slot's done, I think he's doing the right thing. And I think Salah will probably... I don't want to say he'll regret doing the interview at the time that he's done that interview, because I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to make his point. He wants to play football, right? But he's been dropped because he's not as in form as he was last season. And it was the right thing to drop him at the time. He came on against Sunderland. I don't think he did much against Sunderland either. And against Leeds, he wasn't needed. They were 2-0 up. So, yeah, I think Slot at the moment, for me, has dealt with it quite well. Oh, chance goal! Hang on a second. Canate celebrating. Corner comes in. Inter Milan want a handball. The referee's saying he'll check it. Canate is the player who's put the ball into Inter Milan's goal from the corner. I said the delivery had to be better from Szoboszlai. This time it was. It goes in. It's won by Van Dijk and Ekitike into the central area of where Sommer is. And Kanate's there first. He gets on the end of it. Sommer gets a punch to the ball, but not enough to prevent it going across his line. Even Martinez is there. Now, the interesting thing is it does come off the arm of Virgil van Dijk. VAR are checking this. I think this may well be disallowed. The only thing that will keep this in is depending on the distance of Van Dijk's arm from where the header actually comes. I'm not sure if it's Ekitike who heads it onto Van Dijk's arm or if it's Van Dijk who heads it onto his arm. But I've got a feeling this will be disallowed. It's a lengthy VAR check. There is a definite touch of Van Dijk's arm. There's no denying that. It's whether or not they feel that was too close for him to really be able to do anything about. It's a big goal as well for Liverpool, that, because it forces Inter to now have to come out a bit more from what they were previously doing. Canate would absolutely love as well to get on the score sheet here, especially with his recent performances. Right, they're showing the replay. Bastoni goes up against Ekitike and Van Dijk. That angle doesn't really give you much. We need to see it from a different angle. This VAR check is going on and on. And still we await the decision. This is where... Hang on a second. That angle's far better. And I'm not so sure. This is where the problem with VAR lies, right? It's brought in for clear and obvious errors. It wasn't given on the pitch. For me, that's not a clear and obvious error. You cannot tell that that is handball from the replay unless you replay it and find the correct angle. Because from that angle they've just shown, it doesn't look like it actually is. I'm baffled. Absolutely baffled. Yeah, clear and obvious error. If it's not clear and obvious, then VAR should not overturn this. That's what it was brought in to do. Clear and obvious errors. And this at the moment is not a clear and obvious error. If you're taking 5 minutes to decide, it is not clear and obvious. He's going to the screen to have a look, which usually means one thing, and that will be the decision's overturned. I would absolutely love it if a referee went to the screen and stuck by the decision. It does happen, but not enough. Let's see what angle he gets given here then, the referee. Can we stop showing still frames? Still frames show nothing. Play the video. Yeah, we know what that means. Yeah. Why are we showing still images? Again. Right. That angle does not give you anything. You cannot tell if that's hit the back of Bastoni or hit the arm of Ekatike. I thought it was Van Dijk handball. It's not. I think it's Ekatike they're claiming for. That's the better angle we need. Yeah. Oh, it's Ekatike. It's not Van Dijk. It's Ekatike. It actually comes off Van Dijk's head when I thought it was his arm onto the arm of Ekatike. But basically where Van Dijk is let's say he's here. Ekatike is literally right next to him. There's absolutely nowhere he can put his arm. And Van Dijk heads it onto his arm, which then takes the ball into Konate, which is going to result in a handball. And that is the decision the referee has now given. The goal will not stand for Liverpool after a lengthy VAR check. And this is the problem with VAR. Clear and obvious. That was what they said VAR was brought for. That was not clear and obvious. It's taken them a length of time before they've made the decision. Whether or not it's the right decision, I'll leave up to people to debate. Yes, it strikes the arm of Ekatike. But again, you've taken 4 minutes to make that decision. And he's literally stood right next to Van Dijk. There's little he can do. Back underway then with Inter, trying to find a ball out to left-hand side for DeMarco, which is cut out by Szoboszlai. And that's a let-off for Inter Milan now. Did there used to be much problems with referee decisions when VAR wasn't there? The problem is, with VAR, is before it was there, hang on a second, because Inter are coming forward here. This is a brilliant run and a strike at the end. Van Dijk blocks. They want a handball. Lautaro Martinez is asking for a handball here. No way. No way. Is it? This would be hilarious. Not for Liverpool fans. But it would be hilarious if this was now to be an Inter penalty for a handball up the other end. Bisek was on a mazy run. Went forwards. Hit a shot. Struck Van Dijk. And I think it's just a corner for Inter. Atletico 1, PSV 1. Alvarez scoring. Middlesbrough 2-0 up. Whittaker with another goal. We are 8 minutes away from half-time here. 37 minutes gone. Inter 0, Liverpool 0. Goal disallowed for handball against Hugo Ekatike after Virgil van Dijk headed the ball onto him and it fell the way of Konate, who then put the ball into the net. Ekatike here has been adjudged to have fouled an Inter Milan player and will pick up a yellow card for the challenge. He's going to kick the ball, though, and he just ends up missing the ball and kicking the player. He is booked for it. I don't think this is shooting distance for Inter. I mean, yeah, he's gone to kick the ball, doesn't, kicks the player. It's a foul. Yellow card, not sure. What I was saying about the VAR was, before it came into play, oh, they're showing the replay of Van Dijk. His arms by his side. Nah. Before VAR came into play, people would just accept the referee decision because there was nothing else to do, right? If it was given, it was given. If it wasn't, it wasn't. And we accept people are human, and they will make mistakes. The problem with VAR now is the way it was adjudged to have been implemented at the start is not the way it was. It was not there to referee games, yet it became the thing to referee games. It now offers a safety net. Inter have just gone close from the free kick. It now offers a safety net for referees to not have to make those high-pressure decisions because they know that if they don't make it and it turns out they should have done, VAR will intervene, hence, again, re-refereeing the game because naturally, if it was me and I'm refereeing the game, I don't want to make a false call. I don't want to make a call that's going to be the wrong one if it's a huge call. Knowing I've got VAR there to fall back on gives me something that I am then able to fall back on, right? So those decisions that were previously having to be made on the pitch by the referee are no longer having to be made because they know they can go back on VAR and it can help them if necessary and change things if they need to. So it was never meant to re-referee games, yet that's essentially what it's been used for. And I think in general around certain other areas of VAR, it's not been utilised and implemented correctly. It's been very inconsistent. Look, last night, for example, Manchester United Wolves, one penalty gets given, the other one doesn't. It's the exact same situation on both things. They both should get given. They don't. That's the problems with VAR. The idea of it, great. Execution, poor. 5 minutes away from half-time. Inter Milan have come close for a free kick. Other than that, haven't done anything. But this is a good spell of possession for them. Liverpool are having to withstand it. Half-time in the games elsewhere. And looking around as well. Liverpool's goal, of course, Konaté's goal ruled out. Which would have been a great goal for them to have because it would have allowed them to get a bit more control because Inter would have had to step out a bit more. They are doing that now, though. Pressure put on Mkhitaryan here. Luis Enrique has gone forwards into Lautaro Martinez. Lovely control and finds Barella. It's a 3v5. Ball out wide here looking for Thuram. Header goes back from Gravenberch. Alisson trying to claim it and keep it in play. Has he done so? Yes, he has. Actually, no. Apparently not. Inter Milan corner. Gravenberch headed the ball back towards his goalkeeper. And it looked initially like Alisson may have kept it in, but adjudged to have not done so. Replay being shown, and yes, he didn't keep it in play. Inter corner. Really good spell for Inter Milan here as well. DiMarco set to deliver this. 5 Inter Milan players in the crowded Liverpool penalty area. DiMarco's ball goes in. Alisson gets a punch. Curtis Jones sends it further forwards, but only straight to the feet of Barella on the halfway line. Mkhitaryan now out to the left for Zielinski. Liverpool still back behind the ball, following that corner. Ball into the box. Martinez controls, laid off to the edge of the penalty area. Zielinski's effort always rising over the crossbar. Alisson was not worried. And it's a goal kick, Liverpool. We will have a portion of added time here at the end of the first half due to the lengthy VAR check and a couple of Inter Milan injuries. So we will not be going into half-time anytime soon. We are on the 43rd minute of the game here. But there will be a big portion of added time. And this is dangerous from Liverpool. They're trying to play out from the back. Inter are still quite high from their previous attack, though. And then Liverpool try to play forward direct to Isak, which he's unable to hold it. And that's given Inter back possession on the edge of their own penalty area. Luis Enrique, pressure put on by Robertson. Barella back to his goalkeeper. All the way out to the left for Bastoni. The high press that Liverpool tried to play there has been beaten. Bastoni carrying forward. At the moment, Ekitike and Isak not behind the ball because they tried to put the press on and were beaten. And now it's with Zielinski. McAllister closest to him, edge of Liverpool's penalty area. Barella, disguised ball into DiMarco. And Bastoni again, early cross, blocked behind, into corner. They're finishing off the second half, the first half, the stronger of the two sides. I think Liverpool just need to get into half-time now. It's actually been a decent first half for them. They did get that goal, which was disallowed. Couple of good chances. I don't think they've done too much wrong, but Inter have grown into the half nicely. It's not been the greatest of halves of football from either side, to be fair. We haven't seen much from either one of them. Corner ball sent in. It's actually gone short here towards DiMarco. DiMarco, Barella. Terrible. Absolutely woeful. What on earth was that delivery? Straight into Isak, who's then brought down as he's trying to break away. No foul, says the referee. Thought for sure that was a foul. McAllister's telling him to get back then and try and defend. But I thought for sure that would have been a Liverpool free kick there as Isak was trying to break away following the poor Inter Milan corner. Barella to Bastoni, playing as a left back now. Lovely ball in, claimed by Alisson. Bastoni is like playing as left wing back now. Strange. Anyway. It's been a couple of times tonight that ball has been fired up to Ekitike or to Isak. It's a foul. They're showing the replay of the Isak breakaway. It's a foul. It's not given, though. Been a couple of times that Liverpool have fired it into their front two, and they haven't been able to hold it. That's got to change, because if they hold on to it, that allows runners to support, and then maybe there's an opportunity there for them to send it through. 7 minutes of added time in the first half. With Inter Milan, the stronger of the two sides now. DiMarco's early ball in, cut out by Gravenberch. Konate gets there. Gravenberch forwards. That's where I said they've got to hold it, and Ekitike's done very well. Now turning and running it into Milan. Beating two players. Still got it, Hugo Ekitike. Waiting for Liverpool players to arrive on the support. It is phenomenal work from Ekitike there. 4 or 5 Inter Milan players had a go at trying to win that back from him, and he held onto the ball. That's what they need him to do, because Liverpool were having to withstand a lot of pressure, and Ekitike was able to hold on to it, and that gets Liverpool back up the pitch. Thank you, Fayad. I appreciate that. Appreciate the like on the stream. If you are in here and you haven't liked the stream, please do. It does help out massively. We are into one of those 7 minutes. Liverpool now returning to possession. I mean, would you say now that you would expect changes in the second half, given that there hasn't really been too much? How is that an Inter Milan free kick? They're both challenging for the ball. Mkhitaryan's gone down, and the referee's given it. It's not a free kick. They're both challenging. If anything, Mkhitaryan doesn't challenge for the ball. Gomez is. Yeah, bought that. I don't know. Would you make changes at half-time if you were Slot? I don't think you would. I think you just keep it as it is and wait till like the 60th minute. That's a foul on Gravenberch. He's wanting to play quickly. Thuram's preventing that quick free kick. Thank you, Football Edits. I appreciate the support. Gravenberch turning forward, finding McAllister. McAllister's ball through, searching for the run of Isak. Will go straight through, though, to Jan Sommer. Needed more quality on the pass. There, you've either got to play into Isak's feet, and he holds it up, or you've got to play it away from where he did, McAllister, because he sort of played it too central. It was always running through to the goalkeeper. That's come off Bastoni. That's a Liverpool throw. I could tell you that from a mile off, and he's given it Inter. Don't think the referee's had a great end to this first half. Given a few free kicks now that I don't think were free kicks. Here is Lautaro Martinez up against Konate. Cross goes in all the way across Liverpool's penalty area. Out here for Luis Enrique. Now into DiMarco. His ball in is cut out by Van Dijk and cleared. Inter Milan back to putting pressure on, forcing Liverpool back into their final third. Their own third for Liverpool, that is. Been a Liverpool fan for nearly a decade. Fair to say that it's not been a good year for you. I think, yes, but also the heights of winning the Premier League title last season and the amount of money spent this season put a lot of pressure on Liverpool. So there's elements to that. And I do think some of the other sides have also improved in the Prem. But yeah, it's not been as the high standards that Liverpool would have expected of them. But I'm still confident they will get a top 4 finish and come good anyway at the end of the season. And listen, even if it is a bit of a rocky season for Liverpool, the money they spent, the players are still going to be there. Maybe not Salah, of course, but the likes of Wirtz, Isak. So the quality will still be there to move on to next season and challenge again. Almost getting themselves into a bit of problems there, Liverpool, trying to play out from the back, but they have sent the ball further forward now. And it does mean they get themselves a throw-in halfway into Inter Milan's half. Into the final 3 minutes of this first half. Van Dijk. Jones, halfway line, left-hand side of the pitch, ball over the top, looking for Andy Robertson, but his touch is terrible. Straight out for an inter-goal kick. 0-0, probably a fair reflection of the first half, even though it's kind of boring to watch. It's probably a fair result from what we've seen in the first 45 minutes. I am an Arsenal fan, so yeah, as you can tell, quite optimistic about our season until we played Villa at the weekend. I'm still quite optimistic anyway, so yeah. City Madrid tomorrow should be a very good game. I'll be watching the Arsenal one, of course. Mkhitaryan's on a bit of a crazy run here, past Gravenberch. Liverpool deal with the first problem. Barella, edge of the penalty area now. DeMarco to Bastoni. Bastoni's cross goes in. Martinez's header. Good save from Alisson. Lautaro Martinez, central. Flicked on the header. Alisson gets down to his left. That's the best moment that Inter Milan have come up with. And they are knocking on the door here at the end of the first half. Top save from Alisson. Here is Barella. Still Inter possess the ball. Liverpool looks set, trying to get into the half-time whistle at 0-0. Lautaro Martinez's header, almightily close. Bastoni is putting some very good early balls into the Liverpool penalty area, causing them problems there. Kanji, Bastoni. Now it's Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan across the face of Liverpool's penalty area. Good work by McAllister. Under pressure, wins the free kick and buys his side time. Very, very close to an Inter Milan goal. Great ball in. Lautaro Martinez gets ahead of Virgil van Dijk and then just glances the ball goalwards. And on replay, it's actually a routine save that Alisson should make. So he does, fair play to him, but it's a simple enough save. Mbappe probably not playing. Is he injured or suspended or what? Or has he been rested? And there goes the half-time whistle. So, takeaways from the first half. Curtis Jones, for me, being Liverpool's best player. Dancing feet on the edge of the penalty area. Forced a very good save from Jan Sommer. Gravenberch followed that up with a shot himself from distance, which Sommer was equal to. Liverpool did have the ball in the back of the net. That was courtesy of Konate. But it was adjudged to have been handled in the build-up when Van Dijk headed the ball onto Ekitike's arm, which then meant the ball found its way to Konate. So that goal was disallowed into having a chance late on in that first half through Lautaro Martinez and a routine save from Alisson. 0-0 at half-time. Improvement needed from both sides in the second half. But I think 0-0, probably a fair reflection at the half-time stage. You don't think either of the predictions pre-game will come true? I said 3-2, didn't I? So, yeah, I don't know about that. Now, we might see a crazy, crazy second half. Maybe. He's got injury in his left leg. So is he doubtful or is he actually fully out for the game? If he's doubtful, they might be able to kind of put him on the bench and then bring him on at some stage. Right, let me have a quick look at the other scores then. Chelsea still lead Atalanta by a goal to nil. PSV 1, Atletico Madrid 1. Spurs 1, Slavia Prague 0. Marseille 2, Union Saint, is it Gilles 1. Monaco 0, Galatasaray 0. And I think that's pretty much it for the goals. Middlesbrough 2-0 against Charlton still. Yeah. He's doubtful for now. Yeah, Borough winning 2-0. Up the Borough. Mbappe's injury, hopefully not serious. Good news. Right, what I might do at this halftime stage is quickly go get a drink and then have a quick toilet break. So what I'm going to do is I think I can run an ad here. I don't know, then we'll find out. I'm going to try and insert an ad. If not, you'll be seeing my chair and I'll be back in literally 1 minute ready for the second half. Well, probably 2 minutes actually, because that allows me time to get a drink, go to the toilet and whatnot. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hopefully, I've sent an ad. We'll find out. Okay, I'm back. Hello, hello. Apologies. Managed to get my water bottle filled and ready for the second half. Sheffield United in front against Norwich. Chris Wilder doing bits for United. How on earth they ever let him go, I don't know. Don't know why they did. They shouldn't have done. And you're seeing it now. Right, they're discussing this at half-time. They're discussing the handball. Which, again, Ekatike's arm is literally there. But he can't get out of the way. He's jumping, and the movement that he's doing to jump is the reason his arm's there. And it's not like he's, moved his arm into the ball. Literally, Van Dijk has headed it onto him. But I suppose that has then led to the ball going to Kanate, who's then scored. So you can kind of understand why it's been given. Barcelona going to ruin your mood. Is it still 1-0, Frankfurt, or has it got worse? I haven't seen another goal update, so I'm assuming it's still 1-0. Hello, Icon. Apologies, I missed that. I was downstairs grabbing myself a drink and going to the toilet real quick. Don't celebrate Barcelona losing too early yet, because there's still time. Gotta say, lovely, lovely facilities in Barca. I went there recently for a course. Really nice. I'm sure every elite club has very nice facilities, but yeah, unbelievable. Felt like a bit of a dream going there to see him. Right. Score predictions. Second half. Let's have a little go at this. Let's have a poll. Who will win? Will Liverpool, Inter, or draw? Let me know your thoughts. Start the poll. Let's see. Liverpool, Inter, or will it be a draw? I think they are talking about the forward balls into areas for Liverpool, which I don't mind it. I don't mind looking nice and direct to your strikers. But the thing with that is your strikers have to hold up the ball when it goes into them so that runners off the ball can then support, or they have to be willing to run in behind and get on the end of those passes. And the quality of the pass has to be really good as well. And it's lacking a little bit there for Liverpool. There's a couple of times they've fired it into their front two. They've not held it well. Or a couple of times one of those front two have tried to spin in behind and the pass just hasn't been good enough. So it's one of those things. I don't mind it, but the quality has to be there. Inter at the moment winning the poll. I can now see. I know I said 3-2 Liverpool at the start of this, but I can now see an Inter Milan 1-0. I can see a 1-0 win on the cards for Inter, which I don't think would be the most entertaining game of football to watch, if we're being honest. Barcelona half-time, Frankfurt 1-0 still. Does it kick back off? Let's have a quick look. Oh, there was a VAR check as well for João Pedro's goal against Atalanta. Well, let me share this with you. If we thought this had been quite a boring game, Atalanta-Chelsea, there's been 5 shots for Atalanta, 3 shots for Chelsea, 1 on target apiece. 8 touches in the opposition box for Atalanta to the 9 of Chelsea. Doesn't seem like that's been a great game there either. Spurs has been a bit more open. 6 shots, 3 on target for both sides. Fair enough. Who's been the player of the season? If you're meaning for Arsenal, I'd probably say Timber has been a standout performer. I just think he never really puts a foot wrong. He's always very, very consistent for us. If you're talking from any team, then it's a very good question. A very good question. I don't really know who I'd say for that because I feel like I'd give you an Arsenal player, but that's because I'm biased anyway. I think Haaland at City does a lot for City. And I often think to myself, the one player I would absolutely love to have in the Arsenal team right now would be Erling Haaland. I just think he is immense. Hold up play, brilliant. Knows where the goal is, scores goals for fun. We'd win the league easily if he was in the Arsenal team. That's no disrespect to Gyökeres either, because I think Gyökeres will come very good, but for the time being, Haaland is just unreal. Right. Come on. Where are we? Where's kickoff? I realise as well, there's a couple of changes actually I need to make to the Inter Milan team, so I could do that right now. Who has actually come on for them? It was... Cherby's gone off, hasn't he? And Bisek has come on. And also... Chanaloglu and... Zielinski came on, didn't he? So let me update this really quick, see if I can anyways. That's the hope. So Chanaloglu, it's now... Zielinski. And Bisek for a Cherby. There we go. Right, team news, or the teams are up to date with the changes that have been made. Must remember to change those as and when changes do happen. Harry Kane is probably going to break my goat Lewandowski's goal scoring record in the Bundesliga. Every chance. Kane has been nuts since going to Bayern. Absolutely crazy. Do you know what I did realise, though, and this is what kind of frustrates me with the fact that he does obviously play for England. You watch Harry Kane, and I watched him play against us, and obviously Arsenal are playing very well. And he just didn't seem to have an impact. But then at Bayern, he's scoring goals for fun. It's like, I just wonder if it is the fact that it's the league that is just suited his style to a T. That when it comes to the World Cup and he goes there with England, it's not going to be a good World Cup for us. Or if he was playing in the Prem again, would he be able to put up those numbers? I mean, he has scored an incredible amount of goals. But it just feels like the Bundesliga suits him to a T. That then I watched him against Arsenal, he wasn't great. And I do have some reservations about that in the World Cup. I mean, I still think he'll be England striker because he should be. He's the best centre-forward we've got and probably one of, if not the best centre-forward England have ever had. Right, I'll end that poll there. 50% of you think that Inter Milan will come out victorious. 42% saying Liverpool. 8% with a draw. My voice, I've got to make sure I keep my voice, so plenty of fluids. If you didn't already see today as well, there were 2 videos that went out on the channel. Those being, I was talking about the Manchester United game of last night, and then I did obviously have a My Player episode out as well, so if you've not seen those, go and check them out. Missed watching him with Tottenham with Son. There was a time, and I don't want to admit this as an Arsenal fan, there was a time when it was Dele Alli, Son, and Kane, where I actually did enjoy watching those 3 play, even though I didn't enjoy Tottenham, obviously. But yeah, when those 3 were in that side, Dele Alli was a baller. Second half, imminent. Here in Italy, both teams make their way back out. I don't think there has been any changes to the Liverpool starting 11. I think we were as we were as we come back out for the second 45. Inter Milan look the same as well. Now remember, at the end of that first half, Inter finished it strongly, putting the pressure on Liverpool. Martinez's header forced the save from Alisson. We're back underway as it's Inter who get proceedings off and running. Another 45 minutes, plus, of course, injury time. Bastoni with the long ball forwards, straight into the hands of Alisson. Yeah, Dele Alli is such a shame. Such a talent that he had. And unfortunately, no longer playing. Bastoni will be put under pressure here by Szoboszlai in his own penalty area. Now to DiMarco, put under pressure by Gomez. Good work by Joe Gomez. DiMarco trying to play it off him for a throw-in. Don't foul him. And give him an easy way out here. That ball forwards. That's not a foul. And the referee's bought it. Martinez throws himself to the floor. And the referee gives the free kick. And again, I talk about referees because I say this every single time. Referees frustrate me beyond belief. I'm sick of players when they're put under a bit of pressure, throwing themselves on the floor and they get a free kick for it. And the problem is, it happens so many times a game that I'm sure the referees must look back and just go, actually, yeah, that wasn't a free kick. Well, I bet they don't. I bet they just play on anyway. They're just not bothered. That's dangerous. Isak's going to steal that. What on earth is Akanji doing? Isak's effort's wide, though. Sommer played a pass into Akanji. Akanji stood there and watched the ball, and Isak just came along and said, thank you very much, I'll take it then. Strange. Have I seen the Spurs game? It was 1-0. Was it changed? Has it changed? Norwich have equalised against Sheffield United. Atletico Madrid have turned it round against PSV. It's now 2-1. Hanko with the latest goal there. Spurs 2-0 up against Slavia Prague, courtesy of a Kudu's penalty. West Brom pull one back against Southampton to make that 3-1. Mohamed Kudus with a goal then. You're very happy to see him on the score sheet. Fair play. Why are we trying to flick that through there, Szoboszlai? You could have just held on to it and kept your side in possession. Tried to flick it through. Got it all wrong. Going back to the thing about referees, though, I just wish some of them would have a bit more about them to tell players to get up when they're throwing themselves on the floor. It's so frustrating. Here is Lautaro Martinez. 2 Liverpool players with him. He's on the left-hand side, trying to find a way through. Does not yet. Falls here for Barella. Barella's cross goes back post. Over hit, I think. It is indeed. Luis Enrique tries to salvage something, but ends up playing it straight out. It's a Liverpool goal kick. Sunderland have been a joy to watch this season. They have. Reminds me very much of the first season Leeds came into the Premier League and they ended up where they were because they were playing some very good football, and Sunderland have come into the league and seem to be playing without fear, much like that Leeds United side were. I just question whether or not they've got the capability to keep it up the entire season. Hey Bonzi, how are we? It's been a decent start to the second half here for Liverpool, actually. A loose ball from Inter Milan, picked up by Ryan Gravenberch, just outside of the centre circle in the Inter Milan half. He tries to set Isak through on goal, but he can't get him through. Curtis Jones has won it straight back off of Thuram, though. Remember what I said. Jones is meant to be playing right wing, as according to the formation that we were given at the start of the game, and he's popping up there at left back. Crazy. Atalanta have equalised. I did say, don't get celebrating too early. Wait, what am I talking about? Atalanta are playing Chelsea. Not the Barcelona game. They're playing Frankfurt. Sorry, silly me. Oh, Atalanta's offside. I'm watching it currently, Bonzi, on Amazon Prime. It is, that's the game that's on Amazon Prime, which is why I'm able to watch it and do this, because normally I wouldn't be able to watch the games at my desk. Inter away here. Mkhitaryan, left-hand side, goes for the ball in. I know he wasn't quick enough to try and get away there. Liverpool were recovering, but I still think he should have held on to it. It wasn't a great pass. That's a lovely ball into the centre circle for Szoboszlai to pick up. Now forward here for Isak. Left-hand side of Liverpool's attack. Cuts inside, lays it off to Curtis Jones. Out for Gomez, right-hand side of Inter's penalty area. Gomez's ball is terrible. That's the quality that I'm talking about. They've got into that area there, Liverpool again, and it's the quality that's lacking. That's a great crossing opportunity for Joe Gomez, and he's got to do better with it. He's either got to whip that into the box low and hope maybe an Inter Milan player turns it into their own goal, or he's got to actually pick someone out. In the end, he does neither, and he just sort of goes past everyone, straight out for a goal kick. You do think that Sunderland will drop a bit? Yeah, I think they'll probably register a top half for the league finish, maybe a 9th or 10th. But they could end up dropping, or who knows? Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll surprise me as well and just carry on with what they're doing. Bastoni to DeMarco. Do not give that as a free kick. I'm getting stressed. Bastoni there. Szoboszlai's going over to him. Bastoni's passed the ball and then thrown himself to Szoboszlai and then thrown himself on the floor afterwards. And the referee's giving it again. Can't tell you how much I hate it. I hate it. Have Atalanta actually equalised and this one will stand? Or is this still the offside? Atletico Madrid 3, PSV 1. Schwoloff with the goal there. Barcelona have equalised against Frankfurt. Kounde after 50 minutes. Inter Milan are on the attack now. Lautaro Martinez into Bastoni. Gomez close to him. Back here for Barella. Could cross. Doesn't. Goes back central for Zielinski. Now it's back to Barella on the left-hand side. Down the line for Bastoni. This is the chance to put the ball into the box. He doesn't. Inter very patient in their build-up. No cross in there yet. They've got bodies in the box as well. They're just reluctant to put the ball actually in there. Zielinski through the gap. Barella. Bastoni on the overlap. Still Barella. And now into Bastoni again. They want an offside, Liverpool. They're not getting it. They are getting it now because the referee has spotted the flag go up. And it is a Liverpool free kick. Wasted by Inter. Wasted. They had 3 or 4 opportunities there to put the ball in the box. And they just didn't. Baffling. Scamacca has, in fact, scored. So it is 1-1 there. Chelsea have conceded an equaliser. Marseille now 3-1 up. And yeah, Barcelona have equalised. As I say, Kounde with that goal. If you're in the stream and you haven't liked it already, that would be much appreciated. Thank you very much for taking the time to chill with me tonight. Lovely flick on by Gomez. Isak's trying to hold on to it. Under pressure from Bastoni and DeMarco, and he hasn't. And it's now with Inter again. Van Dijk intercepts that. Robertson tried to flick on there to Ekitike. Had it have got through, it looked promising, but it didn't go through. DeMarco under pressure by Gomez. Gomez has won it. Szoboszlai. And now McAllister. What on earth is that from Alexis McAllister? Wow. Liverpool really lacking the quality in the final third. Said Gomez was at it. McAllister has just played what I can only assume was meant to be a pass, and he's put it 20 miles away from where it should have gone. Barca now lead. 2-1. Kounde with his second goal. Well, fair play, Barca. Don't count them out. They will come back. Although, unlikely source of goals there. Jules Kounde to grab 2. Unless he's playing higher up the pitch today. Wasn't he playing right back for Barca? Liverpool, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Alexis McAllister was unplayable at times. And now even he's hitting passes like that. Baffling, baffling, baffling. They just need to actually find the quality here, Liverpool, which they're not doing at the moment. Not much happening just yet. Liverpool on the ball, but in their own half and not finding a way to play forwards. It's quick fire football here with Gravenberch and McAllister. 1-2 touch stuff. Robertson now fired forward for Isak, who turns. Met by Akanji, though. Finding the ball for Robertson, left-hand side. Liverpool forced back, though, again. Into not letting them play into those key areas, which is why it's even more crucial when Liverpool do get into those areas that their quality is there. Because they're not getting in there often enough to have moments where they can afford to be sloppy with it. Forced all the way back to Alisson. What are my thoughts on the World Cup groups? I was quite... I don't know. I haven't really checked out many of them properly. Lautaro Martinez there nearly got on the end of a pass. England's I was quite happy with. I think it's a group we should top. Here is Szoboszlai. Robertson. This is better from Liverpool in terms of controlling the ball. I still have to find those balls into those crucial areas, though. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gomez. Gomez wants an overlap. He hasn't got it. Plays a 1-2 with McAllister. Still central. It's Ekitike. It's McAllister. Gomez now does provide the overlap. Nobody in the box, though, for Liverpool. They're trying to find a way through as Inter have got 10 players behind the ball. Gravenberch forced to take the turn into an Inter player, but holds on to it well. It's out with Gomez on the right-hand side, but nowhere near the Inter Milan penalty area to think about a cross. Liverpool are playing where Inter want them to play. This is how I would describe it, as a controlling the game without the ball. That's what Inter are doing. They're controlling where Liverpool get to play. And obviously, we want the ball, but if you can't have the ball, you do what they're doing, which is controlling where Liverpool get to play with it. That's a foul. And it will be a yellow card here. Mkhitaryan bringing down Szoboszlai as it looked promising for Liverpool to build. Just after the halfway line. So Mkhitaryan goes into the referee's book. Hi, Nicola. How are we? "57 minutes gone. It remains Inter 0, Liverpool 0. Best moments of the game coming in the first half. As Liverpool started the stronger of the two sides, but then Inter grew into the first half well. And then now, second half, it's been even contest. It's been a long period of possession for Liverpool, but not able to play it where they want to. Inter's back 5, they almost are playing here. Yeah, it's a back 5 from Inter. That's a lovely turn from Ryan Gravenberch, though. Ball through here to Isak, who I think is still onside. Cross goes in! Oh, wow! Bastoni does enough. Right in front of Jan Sommer's goal. A wicked delivery, and that's what I said Gomez needed to do previously. This time it's Andy Robertson whipping it into that corridor of uncertainty. Bastoni gets a touch that honestly could have taken the ball anywhere. Luckily for him and Inter Milan, it's taken it out for a Liverpool throw-in rather than into his goal. That could have gone anywhere. What a cross, though, from Andy Robertson. That's what Liverpool need to do. Long throw from Gomez, and it's a really long throw as well. Zielinski gets there. The header away. Inter get out. Inter get out. No, they don't. Canate is winning it back. Finally, an Inter player throws himself on the floor and the referee tells them to get up. Good work by Thuram, though, to win it back for Inter Milan. Then he's put under pressure by Liverpool players, but they get out of that pressure and they advance past halfway line. DeMarco's on the left. Barella's charging forwards. He's still got DeMarco on his left. He picks out a great pass to Lautaro Martinez. Van Dijk in the way of the shot. Falls here to Barella. Right-hand side is Luis Enrique. Just inside the Liverpool penalty area. Back for Barella. Cross goes in. Gomez has to head it behind for a corner, but thought maybe could have headed that back into Alisson. The delivery from Andy Robertson was right on the money. That's what they need. Short corner here from Inter. They take it quickly. Zielinski back for DeMarco. Cross goes in, and Van Dijk meets it well. Good challenge. It should have been a corner kick, and the referee's given a goal kick. At least I thought it was a corner kick. Yeah, it's a corner, and the referee's given a goal kick. Okay. Just checking the scores elsewhere. No other updates. Half an hour still to play here in Italy. All still to play for. Bastoni's got his hands all over Gomez there. If Gomez goes down, it's probably going to get given as a free kick. He doesn't. Ooh, that's loose. If I was either side and the manager, I just... What is going on? There's a couple of times where the balls have got through for both sides, and we're trying to do these little flicks that I don't think are necessary. Put your foot on the ball and play. Into that time, looked like they had a real promising opportunity. One of their players gets through the centre, tries to flick it on for someone else, and ends up flicking it straight to a Liverpool player. Nowhere near any of his teammates. Get the ball down and play, man. Kanji's header away will be picked up. And that is now lovely play by Barella. Mkhitaryan's ball. Martinez lets it run. Should have controlled it. Gomez down the line here for Szoboszlai. And his pass is cut out by Bastoni. Liverpool throw in halfway line. Struggling to think about who the best player on the pitch at the minute is. I think Curtis Jones had quite a quiet second half. So I don't really know if you had to pick a man of the match. We've still got a long way to go yet. Who on earth you would go? I don't think there has been a standout performer from either side in this yet. Ekatike's got it. Centrally goes. Shot from distance. Straight into the hands of Sommer. Very, very long way out there from Ekatike. Bastoni's been decent. I think Bastoni's probably been Inter's best player. But like I mentioned, I don't think there has been like a standout performer. I suppose the first person who scores the goal, unless it's a tap-in. Here come Liverpool. Andy Robertson into the feet of Isak. And now Curtis Jones. So Liverpool aren't playing with wingers. It is almost a front two. Szoboszlai with a shot. Bastoni in the way. Throwing Liverpool. Arne Slot's applauding, but I don't know what he's applauding. That might sound harsh and it might sound kind of toxic in a way from me, that. I don't know why he's applauding that. I don't think it was that good a shot. Yeah, we're at 63 minutes now. I said I wouldn't change anything if I was Arne Slot. When we were in the first half, I said I'd keep it as it was until about the 60th minute. This is the part now where I'll be looking to make changes. Chiesa could be one of those options that they do look to bring on. That's a great challenge from Konate, but he hasn't stopped Thuram. Don't foul him. Thuram inside. Oh, there's a nutmeg on McAllister from Zielinski. Delightful little nutmeg. Here come Inter. Barella, Luis Enrique on the right of Liverpool's penalty area. It's a poor ball in. Szoboszlai's header away. Picked back up though by Akanji. Now it's Thuram. Shifting it onto the right foot. Looking to place one. Wide of the goal. Good feet by Thuram. Poor shot. Who do you bring on if you are Liverpool now then? Chiesa is an option. Let's have a quick look and see who they got on the bench. Florian Wirtz. I mean, the strength of the Liverpool bench is just not there, is it? Which, when you consider they've spent the money they've spent this year, it's a very weak bench. I'm saying weak, like the players, I'm sure are decent, but I mean, there's 3, I'm guessing, youth academy players, judging by their numbers. Kirkes, Wirtz, Bradley. Chiesa's not even on the bench. So, attacking changes. I think, is it Rio Ngoma? Is that how you say his name? And Florian Wirtz would probably be the 2. Conor Bradley probably on for Gomez as well, because I don't think Gomez had a very good game. But then again, is Gomez on for his defensive capabilities? I don't think Gomez has been bad by any means. Just when he's got into those forward areas, he hasn't had the quality that's required. It's an inter corner here. Delivered in deep. Straight to a Liverpool player. Out as far as Barella. Edge of the penalty area. Looks to find a shot. Doesn't get it right. Not on target. Yeah, Luis Diaz was good. Doing all right at Bayern as well, isn't he? I think that was one of those situations, though, Diaz wanted to go. So it's like, do you keep a player that's unhappy and doesn't want to be here anymore, or do you sell him? In career mode, play for Man City? Maybe. I've not really thought about where I'm going next yet. But where do you bring Kirkes on? I think Robertson's doing all right at left back. I think Wirtz will come on. If it was me, the 2 changes I'd be looking at making now would be Conor Bradley on for Gomez. Because, as I mentioned, I think Gomez has done all right, but in the attacking areas, he just hasn't had the quality which maybe Bradley will provide. And then Wirtz, probably for McAllister. Because again, I don't think out of him and Jones, I think McAllister's had the weaker of the 2 games. I don't think you take off Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. Or maybe you do take Gravenberch off, I don't know. But I think Wirtz needs to come on, and certainly Bradley as well. Here is the 2 changes, exactly as I called it. Conor Bradley's coming on. Isak is coming off, and so is Gomez. So Bradley on for Gomez, Wirtz on for Isak. So there, exactly as I said, the 2 changes that I would have made have now ended up coming on. Apart from, they've brought off Isak, which I didn't expect. I thought it would possibly be McAllister who would come off, but he's still on. So Ekitike will go up front. I think Liverpool have gone to a 5-man midfield now. Robertson advancing here, put under pressure. Keeps hold of the ball. Florian Wirtz into Gravenberch, central. Gravenberch out now towards Conor Bradley. First touch for Conor Bradley. Controlled it well. Taken down. Into the middle. Ekitike's efforts blocked by Akanji. And the shot from Gravenberch. Follow-up shots over the bar. Immediately, straight away, Conor Bradley controls, picks out the ball into Ekitike. Gomez wasn't doing that. When he was getting into these areas, he wasn't finding the ball back in. As soon as Bradley's come on, he's done that. Wonderful pick out. Ekitike's effort blocked by Akanji. These 2 changes for Liverpool might just provide them the inspiration they need. What happened to the West Ham manager career mode? It's as and when I get the time to make the episodes. At the moment, I'm also kind of job hunting, so a lot of my time is taken up with doing applications. I cannot believe this has been given as a foul. It was a fair tackle from Inter Milan. Maybe I've missed that, but it looked like a great challenge. McAllister's down. Unless it's the follow-up from Lautaro Martinez. The tackle from Thuram is brilliant. Thuram's tackle is fantastic. Maybe it's the Lautaro Martinez kind of sandwiching manoeuvre that is the reason the referee's given this free kick. And it's in a really dangerous area for someone of Szoboszlai's quality. Very dangerous area. I do, Bonzi. I do coach football. Not to any level like this. But yes, I do. I'm currently level 2 or UEFA C, I think it's called now. So my next coaching badge would be UEFA B. I don't think Szoboszlai will shoot here. He doesn't. He lifts it in. Challenge comes in. Cleared away by Akanji. As far as Florian Wirtz. 20 minutes remains. Inter Milan 0. Liverpool 0. Szoboszlai. The header from Robertson is poor. Poor. Sorry, yeah, the West Ham career mode. It's as and when I get a chance to record it that I am able to release it. So I apologise, but at the moment life has been a little bit busy with me trying to find a job and whatnot. That the applications have taken priority, and then it means that the My Player then takes the priority in terms of videos. Fairly even on possession, 51% to 49 in favour of Inter. But Liverpool have done more with that ball. Here is Thuram. Now Zienski. Forward for DeMarco. Early cross goes in again. Nobody there, though. Nobody there for Inter. They work it well down the left. DeMarco's cross goes in, but way too early. But then this is the thing, right? Inter now are back behind the ball defending. Do they really want to go forwards? Do they really want to try and win this game? Or are they content with a point? Are they content to have an opportunity to maybe smash and grab, but it end 0-0, rather than try and force himself to go forward? Bastoni has got not only slid in, but he's got his arm all over Ekitike, pulling his shirt. I mean, I think the referee's played advantage in the end. I think is what he's done. But had to be a booking, surely. 2 players down. 1 for Liverpool, 1 for Inter, following a challenge from Curtis Jones in the centre. Van Dijk back to Alisson here. Into Gravenberch. And I think the referee may have stopped the game now. Mkhitaryan and Jones are the 2 players down. Of course, Inter as well were forced into 2 changes due to injury. So that could be another change they're now requiring for an injury. Jones slides in. Yeah, he doesn't get the ball, but it's a free kick and nothing more. Who's getting booked here? Is the referee actually going to book Curtis Jones for this? It's not a yellow card. It's not a yellow card. It's a 50-50 challenge. And Jones goes for it. He's not stood showing. No kind of like malicious intent behind the challenge. Yeah, very strange. Thank you, Nicola. I appreciate it. If City lose tomorrow, can they still qualify automatically? Let's have a look at the Champions League table while we've got a little break in play. So, top 8, I believe, is automatic qualification, isn't it? So City lose, that would keep them on 10, depending on Dortmund, Newcastle. Yeah. They'd still be able to qualify. Who have they still got to play? Real Madrid. Boda Glint. Galatasaray. Yeah, they can still qualify if they lose tomorrow. And you'd expect they'd beat Galatasaray, they'd beat Boda Glint. Ref's been very inconsistent. Yeah, I don't think he's had a very good game, to be fair. Do I like FC26? It's got its good qualities. It's got its bad qualities. I think recent year games have been nowhere near as good as previous iterations of FIFA have been. Like the early ones when I first kind of got into making videos. And those that were slightly before it. I think I started making videos in FIFA 17. My favourite FIFA, I think, was probably FIFA 11. So between like 11 and I'd say 18 were probably the best FIFAs for me in terms of enjoyment. Then it went through a period where I didn't really enjoy them as much. Quite liked last year. Think this year's decent as well. But I don't think it'll ever go back to the same level of enjoyment I had like in FIFA 11 and such. How'd you make your AI teammates play so good? Sometimes they don't, believe me. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they are equally as frustrating. And I realised today as well, while I was recording another My Player episode, that it's just literally me scoring goals. Like, when it becomes a point where I stop scoring goals, that'll be a problem. Match is so boring. It is indeed. Here goes Verts. Ball through for Ekatike. Sommer read it well, though. Came a long way and cleared. Will we see a goal? Will we see either side win the game? Let's have a quick check-in with the other scores. Spurs now 3-0 up against Slavia Prague. Xavi Simons with a penalty on 79 minutes. It's not the second penalty of the game that Spurs have got. Mohamed Kudus scored for a penalty earlier, if I'm not mistaken. 3-3 Marseille's game now. West Brom pull another back against Southampton. It's 3-2 there. Charlton get a goal back against Middlesbrough. Edmundson with an own goal. Ooh. Can Middlesbrough hold on to the victory? FIFA 18 was your favourite? Yeah, 18 was good. Entering the final 13 minutes. Verts. Wide here to Szoboszlai. Bradley on the overlap. Szoboszlai goes for the ball back across the field towards Robertson. And now it's Curtis Jones. They've worked it from right to left, Liverpool. But still not able to find a way into the Inter Milan penalty area. Andy Robertson. Back for Jones. Liverpool forced back again. It's Inter Milan forcing Liverpool to play where they want them to play. Good interception here by Akanji. Now striding forwards, looking for the ball in to a dangerous area. It's deflected. And Van Dijk sends it forward without any real purpose, though. Which is why it's turned back over for Inter Milan. Mkhitaryan challenging. The referee thought about giving a free kick, didn't. And then the ball ended up being given back the way of Inter. I support Arsenal, Nicola. Tottenham is class. Have they scored again? Or is it still 3-0? Oh, wow. Watford, 97th minute equaliser against Sheffield United. Watford won, Sheffield United won. 97th minute. I mean, I've got a few bugs, actually, on FC at the moment. So, bit annoying there. Atalanta 2, Chelsea 1. At the moment, it's a good night in Europe for Spurs. It's not a good night for Chelsea. And equally so, Liverpool frustrated here in Italy. Atalanta 2, Chelsea 1, Spurs 3. Slavia Prague 0. And Inter 0, Liverpool 0. The Catalare with the goal for Atalanta to take lead against Chelsea. Here is Thuram fighting for possession. DeMarco, Thuram. Pressure put on by Szoboszlai. Thrown himself on the floor. Thuram, referee didn't buy it. Thank you, ref. Now it's Verts as he can look to break. Forward for Ekatike. Incredibly, Inter still have 7 players behind the ball, even after they've only just turned over possession to Liverpool. Szoboszlai, Bradley, get into the area. Gets something into the box. Ekitike wants it short. Conor Bradley looking to take on DeMarco. Does. Second chance at it. And a third chance for Bradley. DeMarco blocking both balls into the box that he tried to make happen. Bradley trying to find a way forwards. Ekitike. Through for Bradley. Big chance. Saved by Sommer. Near post effort. Conor Bradley. Sommer to the rescue for Inter. Wonderful play by Hugo Ekitike as he played it into Conor Bradley. This is great by Wirtz to keep the pressure on for Liverpool. McAllister. Bradley once more. Szoboszlai, edge of the Inter penalty area. Liverpool, much better. It's probably the clearest chance we've seen them have of the second half. Conor Bradley, shot at the near post. Wirtz. McAllister, 1-2. Wirtz tried the ball back into McAllister. Got it wrong. Turned over possession to Inter, but it's one straight back by Szoboszlai. Brilliant midfield work from him. Konate stepping away from a challenge of Thuram. He's taken him out there, ref. That's surely a yellow card as well. Inter had 2 bites at that. Thuram on Konate and then somebody else on Gravenberch. Showing the replay here. He's onside, Conor Bradley. There is a question as to whether or not he should have gone across Jan Sommer. Tries to go near post, and that's where Sommer guesses. Then again, to go far post, the angle was tight. It would have to have been near perfect from Conor Bradley to have done that. PSV 2, Atletico Madrid 3. PSV trying to fight back. Free kick central for Liverpool. Maybe too central. Again, I don't think Szoboszlai will hit this. He'll just lift it in and they'll try and win. No, he doesn't. He goes short to Wirtz. Terrible effort. Terrible effort from Florian Wirtz. Substitutions happening. Sucic, Carlos, and I'm not sure who else is coming on for Inter, but their final 3 changes of the game, all coming on now, with 8 minutes to play plus injury time. So Thuram, Mkhitaryan, and DeMarco all off. Boni, Sucic, and Carlos Augusto all on. I'm an Arsenal fan, Nicola. And that's it. Inter haven't got any more subs to make. So they finish the game with the team that they currently have. Where on earth is the time going as well? Seems like it's just going quick. I feel like Wirtz should have went to City. Pep would have made him a beast. I don't know. I've seen Wirtz play now a few times. I'm not convinced. I don't doubt his quality. I'm sure he is an outstanding footballer. But I'm not sure he's £120 million quality or whatever Liverpool paid for him. But that is modern day football. Players are worth ridiculous money. And they're very late as well with these goal updates in this game. They've only just told me about the Chelsea, the Atalanta goal against Chelsea, even though we knew about that 5 minutes ago. Wirtz, Szoboszlai, now Bradley. Into the feet of Jones, tried the flick. Conor Bradley has actually got there. Carried on. Ekitike turning, looking for the ball in. Wirtz has thrown himself on the floor and I don't really know why. No idea why. Konate with a little push onto Lautaro Martinez. And I'm not sure if that's being given as a free kick. There was a tiny little shove from Konate, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Unnecessary, really unnecessary. If that's a free kick, what a waste. Now, here's the thing. Bastoni's head there, he's just headed Wirtz the same way that Saliba did last season, and a penalty was given. VAR are checking this. It looks to be the exact same situation. I can't remember who it was against, and I should remember who it was against. Was it Brighton by any chance? Saliba, anyway, went to head the ball, headed somebody in the head instead, and a penalty was given. Bastoni's just done the same thing here. He goes to head the ball. He's just ended up heading Wirtz, and Wirtz has gone down. They're checking for the penalty. So this was given when Arsenal played last season in the Prem. Will it get given here in Europe? He's going to have a little look. And as we know what that means. I think Liverpool have got a penalty here. And this is the thing, right? I asked for consistency. Saliba, Arsenal, it was given against us last season. So, by that logic, hang on a minute. Or is he looking for the shirt pull? They're not even looking at the head onto his head. They're looking at a shirt pull instead. He's going to give this. Here we go. He's calling the captains over. Why is he calling the captains over? We're into the final 4 minutes. And I think he's just said, penalty Liverpool. It's given. Yellow card heading to Bastoni. And a brilliant opportunity for Liverpool from the penalty spot to lead with minutes remaining. Bastoni adjudged to have pulled down Wirtz. As I say, I thought it was because he went to head the ball and he heads Wirtz's head. But that's not what it was given for. It was given for the shirt pull on Florian Wirtz. Who will take this for Liverpool? Ekatike? McAllister? Szoboszlai. Ooh, Szoboszlai from the spot. Well, it's not been an entertaining game by all accounts. But Dominic Szoboszlai here has a chance from the spot to give Liverpool a lead that if they can hold on will be a big victory. Up against Jan Sommer. Sommer's covering more of the right-hand side of his goal. And Szoboszlai does not need a second invitation. He goes to the left, where more of the goal was left open by Jan Sommer, who tried to recoup that space quickly by diving across. But he gets nowhere near the penalty. And Dominic Szoboszlai and Liverpool lead by a 1-0 at the San Siro. Not much celebrations from Arne Slot. We've got 2 minutes plus probably about 4 or 5 given the VAR check. Tremendous penalty from Dominic Szoboszlai. Absolutely no mistake from the spot. Let's see what Liverpool are made of then. Not long to hold on. Can they do it? Listen, I think that's one of those penalties, right? Which, if it's given against your team, you're probably not happy. But at the same time, Bastoni, having hold of his shirt, is always going to pose a question. My concern with that is the way that Wirtz goes down. The way he goes down is ridiculous. I'm not going to play whether or not it's a penalty. Not my job to. What I am going to say is there is a clear shirt pull from Bastoni. But there is also a pretty silly dive from Florian Wirtz the way he goes down. But unfortunately, that is the game. If Wirtz doesn't go down there, then the penalty's probably not given. Which is ridiculous. I think the way he goes down is silly. But also Bastoni's silly for pulling his shirt. Inter now then throwing bodies forward because they know they can't just sit behind it anymore. And Liverpool have to withstand this. Do not let the game get away from you. There is a huge, huge slice of luck to be given that penalty. They now have to hold on. Wonder how many minutes of injury time. I said 5 or 6. I think we'll see. Gravenberch. Wirtz. 90th minute. Ekitike. Awaiting the added time. Ekitike to Wirtz. Back into Ekitike. Away from 2 challenges. And a third. And a shot comes in, which is blocked. Konate does well. Very well. Back towards Alisson. And Dijk. Poised on the ball. Taking his time. Way up in his options. Long ball forward from Liverpool, which is watched all the way out by Inter. Goal kick. 6 minutes of injury time. And we've already had one of those. As Inter carry forwards, there isn't really time for them to delay on this ball now. They have to go forwards. Bastoni. Akanji. He's now probably the furthest he's been all game. All the way out to the left-hand side for Inter. Bonnie back in. Good challenge, McAllister. But that's... I'm sure Arne Slot will not be happy, although has McAllister done that because he's now pulled up with a injury or cramp? I don't know, but he's just smashed the ball straight out. Right, full-time score, we've got a break. PSV 2, Atletico Madrid 3 is the full-time score over in the Netherlands. Marseille hold out for a victory 3-2. Spurs complete a win 3-0 against Slavia Prague. Looking elsewhere. Middlesbrough complete their victory 2-1. Chelsea, I think, has finished as well. Let's have a quick look and see. Yeah. Full-time, Atalanta 2, Chelsea 1. So Chelsea failed to win in Europe tonight. Liverpool 4 minutes away from the victory here. Courtesy of a penalty, which I'm sure... Here is Lautaro Martinez, though, inside the penalty area, looking to turn. Corner ball. I'm sure there'll be lots of talk about this penalty decision. Sometimes, though, you need a bit of luck. That's what Liverpool have got here tonight. Everybody back to defend this corner. Swung in, too close to Alisson. You need your goalkeeper to claim it in moments like that. That is good goalkeeping from Alisson. And he's looked to release quickly. And he has done. Picked out a beautiful ball, which is miscontrolled by Andy Robertson. Opportunity there for Liverpool to look for something on the counter. Robertson doesn't control it. Inter have to go forwards. 2.5 minutes left. Good win for you, Sire King. Very good win. Hey, Diddle. How are we? Anywhere will do for Liverpool. Van Dijk clears it. Inter Milan back on it. Just past the halfway line. Thuram having to... In fact, is Thuram still on? No, I don't think he is. No, he's not. He's not. That's a foul. Thuram did go off, didn't he? Yeah, he went off. Good work from Conor Bradley, that. Knew exactly what he needed to do. Just buy the foul. And he's done that. Yeah, FA Cup draw, Portsmouth. I don't mind that draw, to be fair. A minute and a half, but probably a little bit longer, actually. Because McAllister did go down. That's handball. Just hit Jones on the arm. Just literally didn't mean it, but still handball. Inter Milan. Long ball forwards. In the air, the challenge goes. It's over them, though. Szoboszlai trying to watch it out. It's a throw in Liverpool. Sucic thought it was going to be an Inter ball, but it's not. And Liverpool won't be in a hurry to take this. They will not be in a hurry to throw this ball. Christian Kivu is stood outside of his technical area, sort of just looking on. Bit of a smirk on his face. I mean, I don't know why Liverpool have let this happen now. They've played ping-pong ball. That looked like it hit Bradley on the arm, but it was by his side. Szoboszlai forwards. Nice. Wirtz controls. Szoboszlai, send him through. He's made a run down the right-hand side. Just take it in this corner, and that's time wasted for Liverpool, and Szoboszlai knows that. This is game management at its finest now from Dominik Szoboszlai. But then, between him and Wirtz, they've lost it. McAllister goes sliding in. Great challenge. We are very, very nearly there for Liverpool. It's not been pretty. It's not been convincing. And they relied on the luck of a penalty, which some say may not get given. And yet, they will register a victory. It's a poor ball from Inter. It's a much-needed win for Liverpool to build their spirits, build their confidence against a tough Inter Milan side as well. They don't make it easy, the Italians. They've played quick Liverpool. Ekatike's in the area, but he's quickly surrounded. We are 35 seconds over. The referee puts the whistle to his mouth and blows for full time. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 1. Dominik Szoboszlai's 88th minute penalty wins the game for Liverpool. There'll be question marks over whether or not it should have been given for a shirt pull by Bastoni on Florian Wirtz. Complaints coming into the referee now through Lautaro Martinez and a couple of the Inter Milan players. But the outcome here tonight is that Liverpool return to winning ways and get an important victory away at the San Siro. Much, much needed for Arne Slot, that. Bookings being handed out by the referee now to the coaching staff of Inter Milan, who protest that penalty. And listen, like I say, if it gets given against your team, you're probably fuming. The way Wirtz goes down is theatrical. It's silly, but there is a definite shirt pull. I originally thought it was for Bastoni heading or attempting to head the ball, instead heading Wirtz on his own head. But it was for the shirt pull, I think. Regardless, Liverpool win. It was a good night elsewhere as well. Spurs winning 3-0. Barcelona complete a comeback against Frankfurt. They were 1-0 down. Jules Koundé with both goals in that game for them as they win 2-1. Chelsea fall in Italy against Atalanta. The Catalara with the goal there to win the game for Atalanta. Monaco beat Galatasaray by 1-0. Atletico Madrid 3, PSV 2, Marseille 3, Union Saint-Gilles 2. Are the scores from elsewhere in Europe. But that does it here for tonight. A massive thank you to all of you for taking the time to tune with me, or to chill with me rather, and tune into the commentary. I have got an update coming your way as I'm looking at getting more into the football commentary, so I appreciate all the support and everything. Make sure you've checked out the video from earlier on today, the My Player Career Mode, and the other one regarding Manchester United versus Wolves last night. That was quite the game to watch as well. But it's time for me to say goodbye, head off to bed, get ready for tomorrow. So thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate it. Until next time, take care, stay safe, have a fantastic evening. Adios.